Key.
So this next one, this is related to the Joe Rogan situation, the most recent one. Never mind COVID. We're talking N-word controversy and like 70, maybe more than 70 episodes going down, getting taken down. And then an apology that took place. And by the way, getting back to that topic, as far as like, there were multiple things that had happened there at the same time. There was the use of the N-word, and then there was also the joke, the
Planet of the Apes?
Yeah, the movie theater. Was it? Yeah, he's going to see Planet of the Apes.
Right, yeah.
It was terrible. I don't believe that he likes that joke. I don't think he believes in that joke. Like, but this is the thing. Like, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. If you can love or hate whoever you want, but often the texture and the comprehensiveness with which you know somebody in the public spectrum, in that sphere I mentioned earlier, compared to the texture with which you know somebody in life, somebody that you have actually had exposure to, there's so much more definition there. And it's a much more comprehensive analysis about how you want to feel about somebody. But we spend so much time online trying to form opinions, being influenced by everything that's going on, and we just don't have a lot of actual access to these people that we watch and talk about and think about on a frequent basis. And if we did, our point of view might be different. And I'm speaking firsthand because I've met Joe in life, in the real world, not via the internet, not via a clip, not via anyway.
Do you remember we went for Chinese food with Joe?
There you go. So anyway, this is more along those lines, which is this is Adesanya, and he was questioned, for those that don't know, 185-pound champion.
Yeah, UFC fighter,
middleweight.
Israel Adesanya.
Middleweight champion, and he's got the belt sitting right there. He just signed a new deal with the UFC, and he's feeling great, by the way. I think they said it was some sort of record deal as far as the UFC was concerned.
Nice.
Anyhow, so he would... the whole panel, or maybe Dana, was questioned on Joe Rogan's recent controversy, at which point, and I hope you can play it and it doesn't get taken down, but turn the volume up.
Black, I can take this one. Look.
Pause it for 1 second. Pause it for 1 second. Pause it for 1 second. Okay, he says, I'm black, I can take this one. So he sort of takes it away from, I don't know, Dana or whoever it was directed at, possibly the whole panel. He wants this question. Okay, go ahead and play it now.
No. There's a lot of cunts in this game. There's a lot of snakes in this game. I've been in this fight game since 2008. And Joe Rogan is one of the nicest, coolest, humble motherfuckers I've had the pleasure of working with. Understand that. And you know, it's just, fuck the noise, man. You know what they're trying to do. You can't control the man, and he's got the biggest platform in the world right now. So that's my nigga, Joe Rogan. Fuck the noise.
Okay, so obviously,
Big stance.
Obviously that clip is not something that we would normally like. I mean, that's not
that's rude.
Typical language of the show. But I think he's
Rude
using
language.
it in a way where he's really trying to make a point, like really. And this guy, by the way, if you watch any of his clips, I've seen him sort of hard on his sleeve type character. This guy, this is a cool guy, and I've watched him watching fights of his own teammates and how into it he is and how for them he is.
Yeah.
Like, it's like as if he's fighting when they're fighting. So to give you a little background on his personality type and the type of relationships that he has. And so here's a guy with personal exposure to Joe who's telling you how he feels.
Yeah.
It's definitely not meaningless. It's not, it doesn't absolve everything that happened, but what it does is it gives you insight if you're willing to listen.
Yeah.
That here's a person who does know him personally and can speak on it with a little bit more depth than the superficialness of how we interact with these characters on a typical basis.
Yeah, yeah.
Where we, like, it's so oversimplified. And here you have personal relationship, which leads to personal experiences, which leads to a comprehensive analysis of one another that the web and video has done such a poor job of transmitting.
Yeah.
And
gives you a little bit of depth. Like just him accounting for Joe Rogan's character Gives you a little bit of that
Yep.
perspective. Oh, it's not just a video. He's not just like a flat 2D person on the screen.
No,
He's a real
nobody is.
person.
Nobody is.
Yeah.
Nobody is.
Yeah.
And every person is, making their way through this thing, and everybody is screwing up, some to a greater degree than others. And it becomes really hard to get an accurate report of who's who.
Yeah.
It becomes really hard. So shout out to him for being so blunt with it. And that's his account.
Yeah.
And he's entitled to it.
I think he drove it home.
Regardless of how you feel.
Yeah.